This short video shows you how to gather and organize your business's emissions data. First, you must collect data on your consumption, known as activity data, and apply the relevant emissions factors. Emissions factors are expressed in kilograms of carbon dioxide equivalent per unit of activity. To calculate your greenhouse gas emissions, you must multiply your activity data with the emission factor. For example, for an assumed consumption of 12,000 kilowatt-hours of electricity, we would multiply this by the available emission factor for the country's electricity supply. We can then calculate the associated greenhouse gas emissions in equivalent tons of carbon dioxide. In this initial step, data gathering includes mapping your emission sources. You must ensure that data is gathered consistently across a 12-month period that truly reflects your business operations. Here are some examples of key emission sources you should gather data on. If you do not have 12 months of accurate and up-to-date data, there are methods that can be used to estimate it. Pro rata consumption means estimating data for the full 12 months. Review the available data and work out the total consumption. Divide the available dataset by the number of days that it applies to. Multiply the result by the total number of days that data is missing for an estimated kilowatt-hour use during the missing period. Add the result to the existing dataset. The second method to estimate data is by historical comparison. This method uses historical data as a proxy for missing data. Be sure to collect data that is as representative as possible and avoiding periods of unprecedented performance, such as during the COVID-19 pandemic. Check out the next video in this series, where we walk you through a step-by-step example of data gathering using a template from the toolkit.